You want happiness. You chase it every day. And the more you chase, the farther it seems to run. The Buddha once taught, when you run after pleasure, you invite suffering. Imagine finishing a big project. Your coworkers praise you. A generous bonus lands in your account. And for a brief moment, joy blooms in your chest. But a few days later, the glow fades. The old emptiness returns. Inside, a familiar voice whispers, "Not enough. Get more." Most of us know this loop by heart. A burst of joy, then the drop. Achievement, then the hollow. The chase, then the exhaustion. We keep believing happiness is a destination. Once we have enough money, love, or success, we'll finally rest. But life moves differently. Achievements are waves on the ocean, rising, breaking, and disappearing. So we ask, is happiness really out ahead, hidden in what we don't yet have? Or is it here already, obscured by illusion and grasping? The Buddha called this a wake-up bell. Happiness isn't something to hunt. It's something to recognize. It doesn't come from adding more, but from pausing, letting go, and seeing clearly what's here now. If happiness isn't out there, but in this very moment, are you willing to stop and notice it? In this journey, we'll walk through 8 doors of Buddhist wisdom and see why chasing happiness makes us miserable, and how true happiness begins the moment we stop running. What if real freedom starts not with getting what you want, but with accepting what already is? The first key the Buddha handed down is simple: accept reality as it is. Acceptance isn't surrender or passivity. It's clear seeing, meeting the moment before the mind layers on expectations, judgments, and resistance. We tend to think pain comes from circumstances, but circumstances are only the first arrow. The second arrow is our inner resistance, and that one hurts the most. The Buddha called this truth dukkha, the first noble truth. Life is imperfect, and what exhausts us is a mind that refuses that imperfection. Think about traffic. Cars packed in every lane, nowhere to go. That's just the fact. Then the inner storm. Why now? I'm going to be late. I can't take this. The jam doesn't break you. The resistance drains you. The Buddha said, when struck by an arrow, there is pain. Add anger and blame, and you fire a second arrow at yourself. Acceptance is choosing to stop at the first arrow. To see what's here, no extras, no war. Picture yourself in a small boat on a river. Rowing against the current wears you out, and still the river carries you. Accept the flow, angle your oars, and you can go farther with less effort. Acceptance doesn't make you passive. It starts you where you are, reality, so you can act wisely instead of wasting your strength fighting what is. There was a young woman working under a harsh manager. Every day she felt tight with dread. Nights lost to replaying criticism. Why is he so unfair? Why should I put up with this? Rage and restlessness pushed her toward quitting, but fear of losing income held her back. After a short meditation retreat, she tried a different stance. He is difficult. I can't change him. I can change my response. She treated each interaction as practice in patience and clear communication. Nothing about him changed, but her mind softened. The same words no longer crushed her. Reality didn't shift. Her relationship to it did. The suffering loosened. Try a small practice called pause and observe. When discomfort rises, pause. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Ask, am I resisting reality right now? If yes, offer a quiet smile and say internally, this is what's here. I allow it to be. Don't force your feelings to change. Just witness them. In a few seconds, you put down the second arrow. We live in a culture obsessed with fixing, updates, upgrades, hacks. But some things aren't fixable on demand. A sudden storm, a delayed flight, a loved one's illness. Force life to match your will and disappointment multiplies. Practice acceptance and a new space opens. Peace in the middle of change. Rain stops being the enemy. It becomes an experience. A delay becomes unexpected rest. A critique becomes a mirror for growth. Acceptance doesn't erase all pain, but it clears a path toward inner freedom. Desire keeps whispering, once you get this, then you'll be happy. Strangely, even when we get it, Emptiness returns and the wanting grows. The Buddha named the root of suffering tanha, craving that never ends. It wears many masks. More money, more love, more approval, a better body, an easier life. Goals aren't the problem. The problem is a mind captured by wanting, unable to feel enough. Desire promises joy, but leaves restlessness and hunger in its wake. This is the second noble truth. The cause of suffering is craving. We want a thing, get it, then want the next. We want a person, fear losing them. We want success, then want a bigger stage. Desire is fire. It flares bright, then burns fuel and leaves ash in the heart. Imagine a glass with a crack at the bottom. You pour and pour, hoping it will fill. The water keeps leaking out. That's desire. You can pour money, love, and victories into it, and the emptiness still shows. Desire is also like drinking salt water. The more you gulp, the thirstier you become. There was a wealthy man everyone envied. Beautiful home, luxury car, trips around the world. At night he lay awake. Why do I still feel empty? Maybe one more deal. Another house. More respect. He ran from goal to goal, but the hollow never filled. When illness finally knocked, he saw it. He'd been chasing a shadow. This isn't rare. It's our modern rhythm. Always busy, thinking we're moving forward, while the wheel of craving spins under our feet. The Buddha didn't tell us to kill desire with force. He asked us to look directly with awareness. Try this morning exercise. Write down 3 things you're wanting today. Ask, if I get this, will it make me happy forever or just for a moment? Notice how your body feels when you imagine getting it, lighter or tighter. No judgment, just seeing. When you truly see craving, it loosens its hold. Today's world is a factory for wanting. Ads whisper, you're not enough. Buy this to be happy. Social media seeds comparison. They have more. Try harder. We live in a trance of lack. But the truth is, you are not lacking. The mind has been convinced that you are. Next time you reach for a purchase, refresh, or a new sprint toward validation, pause for 10 seconds. Breathe. Ask, will this bring me peace? If the answer is unsure, smile and let the urge pass. One pause is enough to step out of the trap. Often the heaviest weight we carry isn't work or duty. It's what we refuse to put down. Letting go isn't losing. It's release. Many fear that letting go makes us weak. In reality, only by letting go are we free. The Buddha taught impermanence and not self. Everything changes. Nothing can be owned forever. Clinging is clinging to an illusion, and clinging hurts. Think of sand in your palm. Hold it gently and it stays. Squeeze tight and it spills through your fingers. Life is like that. We clutch status, money, feelings, people, and then suffer when they change, as they must. There was a woman who carried rage for years after a betrayal. Every memory spiked her heartbeat and burned her face. Friends urged forgiveness. She refused. He doesn't deserve it. When her health began to fail, a doctor warned her stress was corroding her body. She saw the truth. The man she hated lived his life. She was the one drinking the poison. She began a simple practice. Sit quietly each day. Picture setting the heavy bundle of anger by the roadside. Day after day, she set it down. Her shoulders softened. One morning, she understood. Forgiveness isn't a gift for him. It's a gift for herself. Try the put the pack down practice. Picture wearing a heavy backpack filled with worry, anger, regret. Feel the weight. Then imagine setting it on the ground. Take a slow breath. Notice your shoulders, your chest, your face. You didn't lose anything real. You returned life's right to change, and returned yourself to the peace that was always available. Modern life tempts us to cling to what no longer fits. A job that burns us out because we fear losing income. A relationship without love because we fear loneliness. A flawless self-image because we fear judgment. The tighter we hold, the more it hurts. When you let go, the teaching goes, you discover you lost nothing, only gained freedom. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning life. It means living with open hands and a light heart, so love and creativity can breathe. We like to think we're steering the ship of our lives. Often, we're just passengers on a river that never stops moving. The greatest illusion is the fantasy of total control over work, family, time, even the future. Life keeps reminding us our influence is small. The harder we grip, the more we suffer. Impermanence, anicca, touches everything. Weather changes. Bodies are born, age, sicken, and die. Moods rise and fall. Those we love eventually leave one way or another. No one can command impermanence to stop. Try to rule it and you collide with the universe itself. Trying to control life is like ordering the weather. You can carry an umbrella, but you can't forbid the rain. You can plant and water carefully, but you can't make the flower bloom on your schedule. The wiser move is to swim with the current, like a skilled swimmer who lets the water hold them instead of fighting every wave. A mother loved her child deeply, and that love turned into constant worry. As a baby, is he eating enough? At school, is he smart enough? As an adult, will he succeed? Worry shadowed her for years, stealing sleep and peace. In a meditation class, the teacher said, "You can plant the seed and tend it, but you cannot command the bloom. It opens when conditions are ripe." She wept. All those years she had tried to control another life in the name of love. From then on, she cared fully and let go of ownership. For the first time in years, she felt at ease. Try the circle of control. Draw a circle. Inside, write what you can truly control, your choices, words, actions. Outside, write what you can't. Other people's feelings, the weather, sudden events, impermanence itself. When worry spikes, look at the page and ask, which side is this on? If it's outside, practice release. This simple sorting saves your energy for what matters. In our era of apps, calendars, forecasts, and project plans, it's easy to believe we're in charge. Then a storm hits, a pandemic spreads, an accident happens, a global shock rolls through, and we remember, so much is beyond us. The point isn't to give up, it's to stay flexible. Not to bend life to our plan, but to move with life's rhythm. Like a rower who knows when to pull hard and when to let the swell carry the boat. The river will flow whether we like it or not. Peace begins when we stop thrashing and learn to float. True happiness isn't loud. It's not the cheer of victory or the rush of a new purchase. It arrives in quiet, when the mind no longer needs to run. We often confuse happiness with the brief satisfaction of desire. That satisfaction fades. The deeper joy rises from inner stillness. When the mind stops chasing, resisting, and controlling, happiness that was always here shines through. The Buddha spoke of nirvana, not a far-off place, but the cool of a fire gone out, the silence deep within when craving calms. In a quiet mind, the old verse says, joy appears without conditions. We don't manufacture this joy, we uncover it. The mind is like a lake. When the wind whips the surface, the sky disappears. When the wind settles, the water reflects the blue perfectly. So it is with us. When stirred by fear and wanting, we can't find peace. When we settle, joy reveals itself. A king once asked a monk, I have everything, palace, jewels, power. Why am I empty? The monk stirred a garden pond and said, Do you see the sky? The king shook his head. They waited. The surface smoothed. The monk smiled. When your mind is agitated, happiness can't appear. When it is still, happiness is already present. This isn't just for kings. A modern executive sprinted for years and crashed into depression. He started with 5 quiet minutes each morning, feeling his breath. One sunrise he realized, breathing is enough. For the first time in a long while, he felt truly alive. Begin with 5 minutes a day. Sit somewhere quiet, eyes closed. One hand on your chest. Feel the breath move. When the mind runs to past, to future, gently guide it back. Don't force emptiness. Watch. Let it settle. Over time, stillness will seep into meals, meetings, conversations. In a noisy world where everyone is rushing toward money, status, love, and likes, sitting still is a radical act. People may say you're wasting time. In truth, those minutes are how you reclaim inner strength and clarity, and a happiness that doesn't depend on anything. The greatest joy, the teaching reminds us, springs from a quiet heart. Return to yourself, and you'll see there's nothing to chase. Joy is already in the breath. Too tight and the string snaps. Too loose and it won't sing. Life is the same, every extreme breeds suffering. Peace blooms on the middle path. The Buddha discovered this after living both extremes. Palace pleasures that soon felt empty and harsh self-denial that starved body and mind. Neither led to freedom. The way forward is the middle path. Not indulgence, not self-punishment, but a balanced, awake life. The middle path is mapped in the Noble Eightfold Path. Right view, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, concentration. It's not living half-heartedly. It's living fully without being chained. Eat to nourish, not to numb. Work to serve and sustain, not to sacrifice health and peace. Love with your whole heart, but don't turn love into possession. Think of a guitar string. Over-tighten and it breaks. Loosen too much and it's mute. Tune it just right and music appears. Extremes hurt. Balance harmonizes. A young man wanted success fast. He worked around the clock, skipped rest, ignored his health. Early wins came, then burnout hit. In despair, he visited a monastery. The teacher asked, "If you run without stopping, I'll collapse," he said. "And if you never take a step, I'll never arrive." The teacher smiled. The real path is neither collapse nor paralysis. It's steady steps, steady breath, moving with life. That is the middle way. The man changed, worked deeply, and rested honestly. Success remained, but peace returned. Practice the middle path in small ways. Eat enough, not too little, not too much. Work wholeheartedly, then stop and recover. Love fully without grasping. Practice regularly without harshness or neglect. Each evening ask, where did I overdo? Where did I give up? What one adjustment will bring me into balance tomorrow? Our world glamorizes extremes. Grind until you drop or indulge without limits. Polish a perfect image or shrug and give up. Extremes unbalance the mind. The middle reminds us happiness lives between the poles, not all or nothing, but awake, measured steps. Like the string, the old teaching says, too tight breaks, too loose fails to sound. The true way lies between. Walk it and you slip the grip of society's swings without falling into apathy. Balance grows, peace deepens, happiness lasts. We've walked 7 doors of the Buddha's wisdom to uncover a simple truth. Happiness is not a hunt. Resist reality, you suffer. Get swept by craving, you tire. Clutch tight, you grow heavy. Demand control, you break. Sit still, let go, walk in balance, and joy appears. Pause and ask, how many years have you chased goals and cravings, telling yourself, when I get this, then I'll be happy? How long did the feeling last? If happiness isn't ahead but right here, in a breath, a smile, a raindrop, a shaft of morning light, will you stop long enough to receive it? Happiness isn't a prize at the finish line. It's the road itself, the next step, this moment. Wake up, pause, let go. The bell is ringing. You are not lacking. You don't have to chase. You are already enough right now. If this resonates, come along for the next steps. Subscribe to Buddhism Wisdom Spirituality for a weekly pause, a story, a practice for your heart. Share this with someone you love. Sometimes a single teaching can change a life. Before we close, 3 simple blessings. May you be peaceful. May you be free. May you be truly happy. See you in the next video.